if you somehow found this video, I'm guessing you're a very ambitious person. You've probably tried a million adventures or skills or businesses or side projects, side quests, whatever you want to call them. You've probably tried a million in your life. And I'm guessing, if you clicked on this video as well, most of them have probably failed. And that's exactly what my past 10 years looked like. From guitar to playing 16 different video games for thousands of hours each, to trying different businesses and failing all of them, all the while looking around at normal people saying, how can y'all stand being average? But I was still average. I was still failing. Even though inside I felt different than everyone that I was around, on the outside I was the same. Just another average person who hadn't achieved much at all. Fast forward to last year, and by the grace of God, I was able to come across these lessons, really this one formula, and it helped me change everything. Now, it's a lot more likely that I succeed than I fail in almost whatever I try to do. And it's just because of this first principle formula that really did show me so much about all aspects of life. And today I want to share it with you because this thing helped me make $500K in online revenue last year. But it's so powerful that it transcends just beyond money. You can use it to really do anything you want because it shows you a deeper understanding of how the world works so that whenever you actually try stuff, you fail a lot less. So anyways, let me show it to you. It says human plus stimuli equals response. Now, those of you who hated chemistry or whatever this might be in the science world, don't worry. We're not going to talk anything science. This is just how the first principles of the world works, as far as I know right now. And this has given me a lot of success. So we have a human. This is obviously us, right? The world is full of humans. If you ever want to make money, it's simply just a game about humans because you're selling things to other humans. I'm pretty sure monkeys don't buy your stuff. So yeah, it's all about humans. Plus a stimulus. So this would be something you present to a human, and that gives the response. And so no matter what it is, anytime you're trying to do anything in business, it is human plus stimulus equals response. Every single thing, every word you put in front of them, every product, anything you can think of is a stimulus. And this should help you make a lot of sense of the world. We're going to break this down even further. But everything that's happening, me right now, what's funny is this thing is a stimulus. So hopefully when you see this piece of paper with a diagram on it, you now have a belief change and you perceived more value from this video than had I just been speaking with my words and not a diagram. So I've thought about this stimulus and I could have done a whiteboard. I could have done, a Miro video like other people do, but instead I did a piece of paper because you guys haven't seen this stimulus before. And so hopefully it's new and valuable. Anyways, let's break it down. So anything you want can be categorized as a response. So if you want someone to give you money, if you want someone to like you, if you want someone to watch your videos, these are all responses. And so this should give you so much motivation because all you need to do to get the response you want is figure out what stimulus do you present that person. And that's easier said than done, which is why I have some points for you guys today. So the first one, be clear on the action you want. A big mistake that I see from a lot of people that I've coached in the past and definitely from my own journey is when you're unclear on the action you want someone to take, the response you want, you don't know how to get it. And even if you did get it, it would be the wrong response because you were unclear. To give you an example, I was hired to edit shorts for a big YouTuber. And I edited these shorts. Some of them got millions of views because that's what we thought he wanted, right? But it actually had a negative effect on the main channel views, which is the things that he actually wanted. And also a lot of those viewers were the wrong people who didn't want to pay anything, didn't want to watch long form content, and they were haters. And so we got the views we wanted, but we were unclear on what we actually wanted from those views. So go deeper on the things you want. Don't just say you want money or you want someone to click a video. Go deeper. The way I structure these titles and thumbnails, I don't just want 1 million people to click them. I want the right people to click them. I want guys like you who are committed, who can sit down and watch a video without 15 million effects on it, who have ambition, who have dreams, and who just want help achieving those dreams. I don't want a bunch of TikTok goblins. And so you have to be clear. And that clarity leads me to make better decisions on the stimuli that I craft. So that's the first thing, be clear. This you'll get with time. Don't worry about this so much right now, but it is the first step. Number 2, understand the human you're targeting. So before you can create something that like gets the response you want, you have to understand who you're trying to trigger that response out of. This is massive. As soon as you understand this, it changes the way you do everything. You stop focusing so much on how you're editing the short or how you're doing this like graphics in the thumbnail or title, and you start focusing on who am I trying to influence? Who am I trying to persuade? And if you understand that, it becomes a lot easier to craft the stimuli you want. And so look at my thumbnails and titles, for example. They're very raw. They're very authentic. You can tell by the title that there's probably not much editing, or by the thumbnail, I mean. And so all of this is made with a deep understanding of who I'm targeting. And I still suck at this, by the way. But if you look at my old videos, I've gotten way better. And so spend some time trying to figure out who are you targeting. The guys that I teach in my copywriting program, my Copy Elite, where I help people get clients like guaranteed. Actually, we don't have a guarantee anymore. We just help them get clients because it's that good. But anyways, besides the point. I teach them how to understand the person they're targeting. And that's what allows them to finally get results and to make money online. It's because they go from just sending random outreaches without any specificity or without any knowledge of who they're trying to persuade to then understanding exactly who they're talking to and being able to say the exact right things to get that person on a call, and then on the call get them to pay them money. And so it's all about understanding the human you're targeting. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life. If you're trying to make money, you're trying to get some kind of influence, it's all about persuading. And the only way you can persuade is by knowing exactly who you're trying to persuade. And that brings us to number 3. Find the variables in the stimuli you're crafting. This was kind of tough to explain without an example. So think about the thumbnails of these videos. There's a lot of different variables that go into how well these thumbnails do. So once you know who you're targeting, you need to figure out and isolate what are the variables that I can control in this stimuli. So if I was making YouTube shorts or IG reels, the stimuli is much different than a YouTube thumbnail or title. There's no words on reels. There might be words on the screen, but there's no like actual title to it. It starts as a video. Like that arena is different, meaning the characteristics of that stimulus that I have to make is different. So no matter what you're trying to do, whether it be cold email or whatever ads, like anything, you have to understand what are the things that you can change. What are the variables? And so in my thumbnail, I know that I have a thumbnail and a title. In like the title, there's a couple of different variables. Really, it's really just about like whatever you say. But the thumbnail, think about how many different variables I can change. So the shirt that I'm wearing, the quality of the camera, the setup of the background, like there's an infinite amount of variables, but you need to isolate the ones that matter for you. And so if you notice in the past 2 videos, I'm wearing a blue hat because I'm trying to add color to this raw and authentic thing to increase the click-through rate without it being like weird and having some massive red arrow or something on the screen. So this is like one variable, the things that I'm wearing, but also the lighting I've messed with for like years. If you want to see this, go look at all my old thumbnails. So this entire channel has just been raw videos, meaning like no editing. And so when I set that rule of no editing, there's a lot of different variables that I now can like constrain myself to. And so go look at how terrible my old thumbnails are from like a year ago compared to these. And I'm still not great. These things still get like less than 1,000 views, but I'm moving in the right direction, which we'll talk about in a second. So find the variables that matter, and then how do you work on those? If you're sending cold emails, like most of my guys do to get their clients, we've isolated all the variables for them, and they know what to work on. So you obviously have a subject line, you have the email copy, then you have the call to action. And so if you look at those variables, also your deliverability, are you even getting in the inbox? If you look at those variables, you know what to work on. Or if you're sending cold DMs, we tell our guys to focus on Like the actual stimuli. Do you send a voice note? Do you send a video? Do you send like a text opener? What are you saying in those things? What does your profile look like? Like, what are the variables of the stimuli you're crafting? And then the secret sauce. If you guys are still watching this video after how boring it probably is, I hope this repays you, because this is it. This is how everything I've ever done that's worked has gotten there. Iteration through repetition until success. Iteration means making small incremental changes to get closer to the result you want. So based on the feedback you get from doing the thing, you iterate on it, you improve it, small, over time, through repetition, through lots of reps, until success. And the best example I could give is what you're watching right now. I post these videos every single day. And there's two types of things that I'm really focused on, is getting the right people to click the videos and getting you guys to watch the videos and actually provide you value at the end. And so if you'll notice, I'm iterating every single video. And this is how I'm going to succeed. It's not by making one perfect video that took me 400 hours. The people that you see who make these perfect videos and spend a lot of time on them, they're only able to do that because they've made 400 videos before that one. No one wakes up and thinks, oh, I'm just going to go crank out a Mr. Beast video having made no videos. It's all about iteration through repetition. This is the secret. This is the secret. And so what iterations? Well, think about, I want you to go watch like a video from, I don't know, a week or two ago, and notice how I'm smiling a lot less. I come across generally as more douchey. Versus this video, one of the things I'm iterating on is I'm trying to smile the whole time so that I have this friendly appearance and you guys just enjoy listening to me. Because even if you close your eyes right now, you could hear me smiling as I'm talking. Versus if I just did this and I told you exactly what I'm trying to tell you to do. See how douchey that sounds? So I'm iterating. Also, I'm changing the color of my hats. So I just ordered 4 different colored hats that I can swap up every thumbnail. That way it's still fresh, but it's also giving that color in the thumbnail. These are all little iterations, man. And these will probably do nothing. Like, it'll take me a while to figure out how to speak the way I want to speak, like an actual beast. But through repetition, I'll get there. And if you keep doing this, it's very hard to fail over time. Think about how they made the light bulb. They said, okay, we have a clear goal. We want to create light. We want it to last forever, not just last a long time, not just like a fire going out. So what do? They had their goal, and they tested 1,000 different substances and materials until they figured it out. They didn't sit there and think, oh, which material is going to work best for 400 hours. No, they went out and just tested different materials, and they got closer and closer and closer until they found the right filament, and now we have light bulbs. So iteration through repetition equals success. So to recap, guys, human plus stimuli equals response. That is like the master key to getting the results you want in the world. So first, be very clear on your goal. Number 2, what was number 2? Be clear on your goal. Understand the human you're trying to persuade. Number 3, find the variables of the stimuli you're trying to make. And then 4, iteration through repetition until you succeed. So I hope this helped you guys. If you want to learn more about just making your first $1,000 online, I've got 3 free playlists for you called Skills, Beliefs, and Getting Clients. So check those out, binge those, put it on in the background while you're doing chores or doing homework, whatever, and make your first $1,000 online and come tell me about it so we can all be happy together. Anyways, love you guys. Talk to you later.